What's up, everybody? It's your man Danelle, aka Small Guy Promotions, aka Omaha Fatty, coming with another podcast episode of What's Up Omaha. Today I have a friend and guest with us. We always have special guests, but TJ, you see the shirt right there of the Rouge Shrimp Company out in Waterloo, a place that I never thought that I would go, but the food is so good that I just had to go out to Waterloo, Nebraska, and check it out, man. It's not far away from Omaha. What up, TJ? How you doing, man? You good?
How you doing now?
I'm good, man. I'm good.
I'm great. I'm always great. You know that?
That's how I try to be too, man. And that's why I wanted to have you on too, because positive people who are like following their dreams and putting in work to be successful. Those are the type of people that I want to highlight. Or people doing good things in the community. People like yourselves that can be an example and an inspiration to other people who might tune in to YouTube or listen, to the audio wherever. What's up with the Rouge Shrimp Company, man? How did this begin?
Wow. Well, first of all, thank you very much for those extraordinarily kind words. Uh, yes, I can honestly say I'm one of those lucky people that's actually living their dream. So the Root Shrimp Company, getting back open in this pandemic, like a lot of restaurants, it's a challenge. We're fortunate that myself, my wife, and our two partners all have real jobs as well, and so they're still working. And my real job is I have a promotional marketing company. My partner Sarah Beth, she runs that, which gives me the flexibility to get the restaurant running and be able to pay the bills here at the Rude Shrimp Company while she takes care of that. And of course, my partners and my wife, they work their day jobs and then join me in the evenings and weekends. So we're plugging along. We're every single weekend. Um, Unfortunately or fortunately, however you want to look at it, I have to turn people away and say, I'm sorry, I don't have any more food. We think we prep enough. But it's a high class problem to have. And we're completely packed all night long. You've been out here. So we're introducing some new foods, some new specials. I've added to the menu this year. And we're at the end of the day, we're having a lot of fun, man. We really are.
That's good, man. That's exactly the type of stuff that I like to spotlight, man, because I'm in that same position too, as we talked about. We still have full-time gigs, but we have different dreams and aspirations outside of that. And, it's a balancing act a lot. And it's good to have people that you can depend on, like your partners, um, especially because it's hard too. Being a small business owner is not easy. And I'm sure it's even more hard when you're talking about being a restaurant owner.
Well, I'll tell you what's hard work. A food truck's hard work. Restaurant, restaurant's easy. Food truck, that's hard work. That is hard work. Anytime you see any of those food truckers out there, you go up, and we always do when we travel. We see a food truck, like stop and check it out because that's where we got our roots. And that was the original plan. It was a 3-step plan that I had. It was a food truck in 18, restaurant in 19. We opened this up last August. Obviously, Mother Nature shut us down because we're completely outdoor seating. And then we started franchising next year. So that was always the plan, getting some of these concepts with the shipping container down south in some fun places. We got somebody that wants one in Galveston, Sanibel Island, the BBI. So when you see black and red shipping containers with a giant wooden deck built into them, you know it's a Root Shrimp. So that's the long-term plan. I want to run a company. I don't want to run a single restaurant. So, but I'm having a ball, man. I really am. I'm having a ball.
Well, and I like that you talked about the shipping containers because it's super unique. I mean, that's not something that you're going to see at any other place that you're going to. No place that I've been to has that, at least I've been to a few different states and whatnot, and I've never been in a shipping container. Yeah. It's a cool concept, and the way you guys, the decor of the place, especially, I don't know, they can't really see. We can see kind of the doorway, but it's super.
Yeah, that's a bar.
And it's cool. Yeah. Yeah, like you guys have like a real island vibe to it.
Yeah, that was exactly what we wanted. We wanted when somebody turns the corner and walks onto the deck for the first time, we wanted to get them to make them feel like, wow, I found this really, really cool dive bar in Key West. And then you try the food, and if that blows, knocks your doors off, then we've hit it all. We've got the staff and the service and the food. That's all it is. My mentor, Mark Koch, taught me it's restaurant business. He was the old chef and owner at Jams. He told me the restaurant business is not hard. Serve the hot food hot, the cold food cold. Do it with a smile and take care of your customer. And that's really what it is. And that's what we're doing here. And that's what we instill in our family, which is our staff, which we consider to be family.
Right.
And we're having a great time. And the decor and the setup and the food, the shipping containers, it's all just one. It's just come together so nice. And I'm so proud of everybody that I'm surrounded with.
Yeah, man. It's a cool spot, man. If you are catching this podcast, please make sure to go out to Waterloo and check it out, because it's, for myself personally, it's one of the places where you guys actually opened me up to traveling more locally outside of my comfort zone, because a 30-minute drive is not anything. A 45-minute drive is not anything, especially when you get to experience something different and cool. So, I mean,
we had a table in last week from North Platte. They had to let me know they drove 4 hours.
Yep, and it's worth it, man.
I appreciate that more than you know.
Man,
more than you know.
It is good. It's good food, man. The atmosphere, the food, and the food there is not like any food that I've had anywhere else around Omaha. So, what are the influences? You said Key West and whatnot, but what are the influences?
Actually, it was on a trip. It was on a trip to Hawaii with my wife. We're a Hawaiian shrimp company, and my wife and son for my sister's wedding, and we're flying in to Oahu, which I hadn't been to yet. We've only spent time in Maui, and I'm looking out the plane window, and I'm trying to figure out why the city of Chicago just threw up on an island. And I'm like, this isn't Hawaii to me. She's like, bring it down, cool your jets, we'll get a beer, we're going to head to the North Shore, and you're going to love it. So we did, and I did. And I got all the influences from the food trucks that were up there, from the Shrimp Shack and Giovanni's and everything. All of the shrimp was amazing. And the Shrimp Shack actually gave me some tips. And we left there and went on to Maui to the wedding, and then came back. And I catered my sister's wedding reception with the root tacos, which is our signature item on the menu. And everybody at the wedding reception said, if you don't do something with this, you're an idiot. So next night, having a cocktail, as I sometimes do, I look at my neighbor, who's now our partner, and I asked him if he wants to open a food truck with me. And he said, yes, absolutely. What are we serving? I said, we're going to be a Hawaiian shrimp truck. He said, okay, what do you want to call it? I said, the Root Shrimp Company. He said, why? I said, because the Spicy Shrimp Company sounds stupid. He said, I agree. Should we tell the kids? I said, probably. We told them, we found a truck, we opened, and stage 2 has happened. We have a successful standalone, and now next year we're going to move to stage 3, which is franchising down south, where we can be open all year round, because it breaks my heart when this closes down. I mean, it was the customers hate it, I hate it, not alone from being bored out of my mind.
Right.
But at least we do some takeout. We do a bunch of takeout in the winter on the weekends, so that's a good thing. But that's really where it came from. It was a trip to Oahu that I thought I was going to hate, turned into being my lifelong dream that I always wanted to do. I wanted a restaurant since I worked at L&N Seafood and Jams and Monterey Cafe and Pacific Pizza and Pasta. I've wanted one, but the timing was never there until I landed in Oahu, which I thought I can't wait. I got to get back. I can't wait. I want to get back to the North Shore. It spawned all this because it's a really magical place. It's special.
Well, and so does Oahu drive the flavors that you have? Is that because I've never been to
Yes.
Hawaii at all. You know,
Yes.
with that kick that you have, do they serve a lot of food spicy?
Yes. Yes. Uh, that is Hawaiian. It's it's Hawaiian with an attitude. Is what I would say the North Shore and those food trucks are. Yeah,
Okay.
it's Hawaiian with an attitude, but it was an amazing experience and like game changer. One day up the North Shore, she said, "Trust me."
See,
That
man,
was it.
that's how things go. I had a few guests on uh, where we've talked about just doing something that you enjoy doing, and then somebody saying, "Hey, man, you're pretty good at this. You should probably consider actually making this a business." So that's one of the things that I learned from talking to so many business owners is it just starts as something that you have a passion for, and you said all along it was your dream, but it wasn't a reality until that day happened, and you were like, "Hey, it's time to get it."
Yep.
So
And when I, my sister, I said, "I'm gonna cater your wedding reception. You got married in Hawaii. How about a Hawaiian theme catering? And I'll do these spicy shrimp tacos." And she was like, "Oh, that would be awesome." And I mean, cooking for 45 years. I mean, I kind of get it, but I didn't realize when I was putting it together based on that day in Oahu what was happening.
right.
And for 100 people to tell me individually, do something with this or you're an idiot. I mean, I looked at her, she looked at me, and
That's good,
that was
man.
it.
That's so good because, like, a lot of times it's hard to, find the thing that you're good at, and maybe you don't have that direction of like, hey, this is what I'm going to do. But it takes the input of other people sometimes to be that extra little push that you need. Like, hey, no, dude, you're really like you have a talent at this. Like, you are really good. Go and do this. If you don't,
Yeah,
you're gonna
people,
regret it.
if more people would step outside, like you said, that you're now going out to step outside of your comfort zone.
Yep.
I'm in Waterloo. I'm better at Italian. I'm not Hawaiian. I it doesn't even really make sense,
Yep.
honestly. But God brought me down that road, and I just come on, everybody, either get on the bus or get off the bus. Everybody got on the bus, so here we go. Let's do this.
Yeah. And I love the vibe and just like the party feel of it. But it's still a place that you can bring your family to. Also, like you said, the people drove from North Platte. Um, yeah, man. Like my family came. My wife didn't come to our first visit, but I brought the girls out, and oh man, I couldn't believe those tacos, man. Those tacos were so good. And
Thank you. Yes, that was it. That's people come for the first time. They say, Chef, what should I have? And I say, if you've never been before, you gotta have the tacos. If it wasn't for the tacos, we wouldn't be here. That's have those, and then come back and let's branch out onto some other stuff. But you got to start. You got that. You're here. You have the taco. At least one
yep,
person get the taco.
yep. And see that's why it's good to have other people. My daughters. So get something that they will like, and then well, I'm fat anyway, so I had two orders. But the thing that also blew me away was that oh man, that croissant sandwich with the bacon and the shrimp on it.
The
Oh, and the pesto.
shrimp BLT.
Yes, the pesto that was on it.
I put it back on the menu last week.
Oh, that dude, that
Back
was
on the
so
menu.
good. That was I'm
Thank
not
you.
often like blown away by food, and like pesto is something that I wouldn't normally like. That wouldn't be at the top of my list of things to order. I couldn't stop talking about that sandwich that weekend, man. It was so good, man. It was so good.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
I appreciate that. That was a a concoction, and that tomato basil pesto mayo it turned out well. So everybody's been asking for it. So last weekend we brought it back. It's permanently on the menu now.
Nice.
I just keep. I'm the one prepping, so I don't know why I keep giving myself headaches, but I love what I do. So We've got more stuff coming out on the menu that I probably need to staff for, and we just got some beautiful pineapple-shaped charcuterie boards made. So we've got a big charcuterie board coming out.
Okay.
That's going to be absolutely amazing. And we did I know you would love it. We've got a shichimi chicken, which is a toragashi chichimi, 7 Japanese spice chicken that's it's served in a carved out half pineapple.
Nice.
So it's a spicy chicken dish with some shishito peppers, some red bell pepper, and it's a nice spicy chicken dish that also. So we have some other than seafood, we have some other offerings, and now we're also really trying to accommodate the gluten free because we know they're out there, and we're brought in the corn tortillas. We're labeling the menu with gluten free so that people don't have any questions. So we're really trying to reach. We put a kids quesadilla on there now. So for the children and for we've got a steak skewer with bell peppers and mushrooms and red onion on there. So we've got some steak, we've got some chicken, we've got the quesadillas for the kids, and of course the shrimp BLTs back. So it's quickly ramping up to a popular item.
Nice, man. Nice. So what is the thought process that you go through when you're considering expanding your menu?
My wife hands me a recipe that she found online.
Okay.
And she basically looked at me and says, make this better. And I do. We try it out at home. That's what happened with there was a day in March. The snow was flying. I went and got a pineapple, and that's where I came up with the shichimi chicken recipe. And she posted all the raw ingredients. She takes a picture and says, what else would you do on a snowy, cold day in March? But watch chef come up with something new. So I did the shichimi chicken, and then she posted the finished product, and it's a top 5 item now. I end up gutting a lot of pineapples out here.
Yeah.
So it's basically she's my wife is my inspiration. When she thinks she wants something new. Last week she said, "Here's a Hawaiian curry beef recipe." So I made it, and she said no. That didn't make the cut.
Yeah.
It's phenomenal. It's good. Don't throw it away. I'm going to eat it, leftovers and whatnot.
Right.
But it's not root shrimp good. So unless it passes her root shrimp, phenomenal. No one ever sees it. No one ever gets to try anything except her. So it's got to pass the test.
Okay. Well, so along those lines, what can you describe the feeling that you get when you have someone walk in and you serve them a dish or a meal and they say, dude, that was the best such and such that I've ever had? As a chef, how does that make you feel?
Van Halen. The only thing I can come up with is that's got to be the feeling that Van Halen has on an encore, on a rock concert with all those screaming people. Van Halen. It makes me feel just like a rock star. And that's the only thing I can compare it to is what kind of euphoria they have to be going through when you've got 15,000 people cheering. One person to say that to me, I'm on hour 15 that day. It makes every second worth it.
That extra.
Van Halen.
Man, I know how I couldn't even realistically, I don't know, imagine what that feels like. But I know how I feel at home when I make something and I make a mistake and it's not good, and I'm like, ugh, I'm more disappointed than anybody else who's eating it. But on the flip side of that, when you make a hit, you're like, oh yeah, like this is it. So
It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. It's more work than a lot of people realize. But Chinese proverb: you find a job you love, you never work a day in your life. And like I said, I'm living my dream, and I love serving people good food. I love it when they stop me. I like coming out of the kitchen. I visit absolutely every single table every night,
yeah,
just to make sure that everything's good. If there's something wrong, something we can do better. Um, I just want to make sure, you know. And that was Mark Oak. He taught me that. He was my mentor. He was at Jams. He was just he knew what he was doing, and um, it wasn't fun, and we weren't friends. We are now, um, very good friends, and but it was he knew. I didn't realize I was in training. I, I had no clue. Um, but it was an awesome experience. I wouldn't give up to the world, and that's why I have my attitude towards my customers and who are all like family. We've got regulars. Um, we've now put uh, plates on tables, plates as in brass plates with their names on it. So our regulars have their own tables, and when they call ahead and say they're coming in, we don't seat their table.
nice.
So that's a lot of fun. It just leads to the fun atmosphere out here, and taking care of our neighbors and our friends and all of our customers. We all consider family, and um, our staff, all my kids. I love all my kids. They're all great. Now they got to go back to school, but there's always next summer. So
Yeah. Well, and a cool thing, man, about coming to the Rude Shrimp Company is, I mean, if people can't tell from this podcast so far, in person, it's amplified even more. When you come and sit down at the Rude Shrimp Company and TJ comes out, TJ's eyes light up when he talks about the food and the dishes that he's like going to create or has been creating. And like that passion again, man, that is just, it's like being a kid. Like
yeah,
you're so excited
yeah,
to do what you do.
yes, yes. Every it's like Christmas every night that we're open. No, I absolutely love it.
Yeah.
Absolutely love it. Love going out and talking to my customers, serving food. I love cooking in there for them. We changed this year. We used to be, along with the Root Trip Company, it used to say our tagline: absolutely, positively, no damn substitutions. Crossed out the word no. You can have anything you want.
Yeah.
Anything you want. That's that. That was, I read a book, and I was enlightened, and so I you know, can I have it this way? Can I have it this way? Yeah, absolutely. Let me go in and take care of that for you. That takes it to the next level for me, of giving that service.
Yeah.
Um, it, yes, you can have whatever you want. If I got it, you got it.
That's dope, man, because I didn't even think about this, or I haven't thought about this recently, but uh, there was a local restaurant that some friends from out of town, they came and we went out to Vala's to the pumpkin patch, and it was always a tradition that we would go out and eat after. And we went to a place out there in like the Gretna area, and one of them ordered a burger, but they did not make the burgers to order. They were all made one way. And we had never heard of, we were like, really? You can't say how you want your burger? Like, if you like medium rare,
Really?
you can't get medium rare or whatever. Yeah, they made all their burgers the same. and we have not been back to that place. I don't. So that was just not the greatest experience customer service wise. So yeah, man, it's cool that you guys did that. I mean, which I don't know what people would be asking for differently with your food, but
That
it's
was
cool to
it
have
was it was the it was the food truck that really set that tagline off, because as I said earlier, food trucks are hard.
Mhm.
They're really, really hard. And when you get rolling, you think about it out here. So out here, 14 tables, which you're like, oh, you only got 14 tables. That seats 86 people. Okay. Once 86 people have gotten their food, that's we got to wait for the next seating. On a food truck, if you have 30 people in line and they're all ordering food for 4 people, right?
Yep.
Now you've got 120 going out. Okay. This one has no onions, and this one has no cheese, and this one has light lettuce, and this.
Yep.
When you're in an assembly line, what are the odds? Well, I'm telling you, they're very good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because when they would slip in some substitutions, as it's going down, it gets out to the window, and they go, "This had no onions." Well, all we're doing is jamming out tacos, burritos, rude mac, and we're
Right.
going down the line. So it had its food truck purpose, but back here at the restaurant, where and we every waitron is required to let every table know you're on island time. Let's bring it down. Okay? If you're not on island time, I would not continue on with your meal, because it's coming out on island time. It's all made fresh. We allow substitutions however they want it done. So we make sure that everybody that sits down knows, literally, you are on island time.
Yeah.
And that's the way we want it to be. That's why we're playing the music that we play. And everybody, it's, as you spoke about earlier, it's that vibe. And we want everybody to have that vibe.
Yeah, man. And I mean, I'm in that atmosphere. I have no problem, especially when you're waiting for good food. Like when you know it's gonna be, good food. It's one thing when you're going to a place and you're like, I had the food there. It was like you don't want to wait for the food. But if you know that the quality of the food that you're about to have is of that
I
level,
know exactly what you're saying. I know exactly what you're saying.
yeah,
We got favorite restaurants. We're big foodies and travelers, and I got favorite restaurants everywhere. And whenever we get back, and I know I'm going there, oh man, I'm just giddy,
yeah.
waiting for that food. I know exactly what you're saying. And if you're telling me that I'm in that league, God bless you, brother, because
Oh,
I know exactly the feeling you're talking about.
yeah, man. um, and another thing that I wanted to ask you about, we talked about this the last time that we were in, and you guys said, if there, and you touched on it a little bit earlier today, if there's something that you don't like or that you have a problem with, let us know. Like, we're here, let us know. We're here to hear your concern or your issue. Let us know so we can fix it instead of going and doing a review and saying whatever. Let us know right now in the moment so we can fix it. Give us the opportunity to fix it.
Yes,
I appreciate that about you guys too, because I know it's tough. People are picky and people like to complain. It's easier, and people don't like confrontation, so it's a lot easier to go and write something on Google than it is to say, "Hey, man, this wasn't that great."
yeah, we got one of those a couple weeks ago. Somebody that never been here. Um, she actually spoke out about uh, the no substitutions, and made a comment to I can't believe you guys don't allow substitutions. Is that because A, your food's all frozen, B, because your cook is incompetent and can't read, or C, you just don't care about the customer? So this post shows up on Facebook, and my wife marches in the kitchen and says, "Give me your phone before you read what just posted."
Yeah.
And she said, "You're not responding." And I didn't have to. There was about 20 regulars, 75% are not personal friends, but I know they're regulars. They took care of it.
Yeah.
They absolutely took care of it with this person, and responded that, you know, any way you can imagine, to the point where she had to say, "Okay, everybody would just back off." I didn't see the word "no" is crossed out, and they just took care of it for us. So our rude fans, our loyal fans, they truly are, and they're every single one of them is a blessing, and it's really cool to have a following like that just, I mean, within minutes, just went to bat for us. So you can't avoid that stuff. One of them called this person a keyboard warrior, and you're going to have those, and who are looking to have an online argument.
Yeah.
We never ever respond to any of them, not one, and our fans take care of it, which is really cool.
And, you know, I do social media for a restaurant, and yeah, man, when you have that support and people know, like when you have people who really believe in that business and they go to bat for you, man, like it's nice. Well, number one, because you know what you're doing is impacting people, and number two, like what you're doing is quality enough where somebody wants
Yeah.
to go out of their way and say, no, that's not right. That's not how this place operates. This is actually what the deal is.
Yep.
You need to give them another try or whatever it is. Like, or just people say, every time I go, they're great. I love it. Maybe you went at a bad time, or you know, just give them another shot.
It happens. It happened. We rest, restaurant owners try so hard. We try so hard to be 100%, 100% of the time.
Yeah.
It's hard. It is. I mean, you've got the hardest part. If you can do it, if you can surround yourself with a staff that cares almost as much as you do, you've got a home run. But you've got to. That's what you got to find. Is you've got to surround yourself. My father taught me, if you surround yourself with good people, the business will work itself out. That's
Yep.
just the way it is. But you got to find them, and you got to take care of them. I believe in really, really taking care of my staff, praising them when they're good, talking to them, not talking down, talking to them when they make a mistake, and explain how we're going to do it next time. But you get yourself a good staff and take care of them. Serve the hot food hot, the cold food cold. Get a staff and treat your customers like family.
Yep.
That's it.
Success. I mean, and it might take a bit, but it's gonna come. You just got to keep doing what you're doing. Be patient. Be diligent. Work hard. I
And believe in yourself.
Yes.
Believe in yourself.
Yep.
Don't stop that. You gotta believe in yourself.
Yep, man, and that's what it is, man. Well, we've talked about you guys being out in Waterloo. So can you tell people the exact address so they know how to find you guys? I mean, they can go to Google,
Yes.
of course, but
Sure. We are located in Waterloo at the old middle school, now called Thrive Space, which is the middle school was gutted, and it's an incubator of dreams is what it is. There's all these small businesses right inside here. We took over the kitchen, the middle school kitchen, which is where we cook, and the shrimp deck is just right outside of that kitchen. So we're at 800 North Front Street in Waterloo. For many people that know it, we're down the street from good friends of ours and owners of Farmer Brown's, over the railroad tracks from Bob at LB's, where we all just coexist together in this little village. And it's really easy to get to. You just cruise down Dodge Street, 228th get off the ramp, take a right, cruise through Waterloo, and you'll find 2 shipping containers that next to a baseball field, a Little League baseball field,
Yep.
in the village of Waterloo, Nebraska, which could not be more strange to even yourself, I know. But if we can do what we're doing in Waterloo, what are we going to do in Austin? What are we going to do in the BVI?
Yep.
You know, it's a cool place. I thank you so much for your support, your great reviews, you coming out and seeing us, because I know it's not a short drive, but and most importantly, your very, very kind words. You're a great dude, and I'm happy that our paths have crossed.
Oh man, me too, man. I say it often. Social media can be a very powerful tool, and um, it puts people in contact with people they would have never met before. Like they would have never crossed paths, as you said. And it, dude, it's just, if you want to go out and look for negativity on social media, you can easily find that. But if you all also, or on the opposite side of that, if you want to go out and find positivity and network and connections, there are good people like yourself, you know, like yourself out there as well. Like that people can, and maybe you're not even looking for anything. Maybe you just want to follow somebody who's positive because you had a rough day and you want to see something that's funny or like uplifting or whatever it is. Man, you can find that on social media. It's out there, man. It's not all negative. It's not all politics and whatever else, all the drama of the world. Uh, yeah, man. So I love it. I enjoy it. I love being able to sit down and talk with people about the passions that they have. And like I said, man, I want to help people in some sort of way. I hope that we inspire them to do something on some level, and maybe they reach other people
Yes.
too. So it just keeps going. That's what it is.
All right, brother.
Well, I know you gave the address and whatnot. Can you give any other contact information, website, social media platforms that you're on?
Yeah. We are on our web address is therudeshrimpco.com. My wife maintains that and updates social media all the time on Facebook. We're out on Facebook. She posts on Insta, which I think is short for Instagram. I'm not really good at it. But and then she always posts the nights we're open. We're open Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Thursday, 4:30 to 8 is when food is served, excuse me, and 4:30 to 9 on Friday and Saturday. And then we keep the bar open as long as people want to stay and have some libations and a good time.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. TJ, the Rude Shrimp Company. Please, if you're in the Omaha area or even a little further away, make the trip out to Waterloo. Have some good food, meet some good people. It's really a good time. It's so chill. It's so chill that I promise you will enjoy the visit out there. If you're listening to the podcast or watching on YouTube, please help us grow and share it. We really appreciate it. We just want to reach more people and see what kind of difference we can make in the world. So that's what it is, man. Smile, help someone else smile, laugh.
If I could.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Real quick, if I could, I'd like to give a shout out to my wife for believing in me.
Of course.
And my mom. She let me burn the shit out of my hand when I was 4. That's when I started cooking. So thanks, Mom. Thanks, Lisa. Love you both.
Yes. Hi, Lisa. Hi, Mom. Smile, help someone else smile, laugh and help someone else laugh all day, every day. That's what we do. Thank you for tuning in to the What's Up Omaha podcast. See you, TJ. Have a good one, brother.